What up, though, Black Fridays family? Welcome back to another installment of the Black Fridays podcast. Before we get into today's episode, I need you to make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button and share some content with some of your family, friends, and loved ones so we can keep this thing going. I'm here with Mr. George Adams Jr. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. And so we're here on a special occasion because you are actually currently in the run-in operating the campaign for City Council for District 5 in the city of Detroit. So what has that experience been like for you thus far? Like to be able to say, you know what, I think I see a change that I can be able to contribute to my city and let me go after this opportunity here.
So initially, because my neighbors have been asking me for years to run, so I told them no, because, I just got a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
A few months ago, they asked me, I said no again. And then after wrestling with it for a few weeks, I decided to go ahead and put my hat in the race for the seat. I felt that what I've done in the Virginia Park neighborhood, I can do it rather than her.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then could you paint a picture of District 5 for folks who may not be familiar with all of the districts in the city or haven't necessarily been to Detroit yet?
So District 5 is the largest district in the city as far as geography. So it touches all of the other districts except for District 1. So it runs in the middle of the city all the way from the west side, and it goes to the east side just past Belle Isle.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's probably over 50 neighborhoods in District 5. Very diverse district, economically diverse as well as culturally diverse.
Very nice. And then could you give us a little bit of insight into your background and your journey to this pass?
So I'm an entrepreneur. I was born and raised in the city of Detroit. Went to DPS. I went to Henry Ford Community College at Ashland Seminary. And through my entrepreneurial endeavors, I started a nonprofit, about a 501c3, 360 Detroit, Inc. And we've been working for the last 10 years in the Virginia Park neighborhood, doing affordable housing development, programming for the community. We didn't start off doing affordable housing. We just started off, hey, grass need to be cut.
Yeah.
Start cutting grass, boarding houses. And some of those houses that we boarded up in 2014, we released them in 2023. And now they're affordable housing for residents to move into. So gut rehab. So just excited about the work and the exposure of the work. We've been doing the grinding, me and my team. So to be able to do that from a micro to a macro, that's the exciting part.
Absolutely. And what gave you the passion to be able to pursue that type of work? Because in the city of Detroit, that could be looked at by others as a huge undertaking in terms of proactively getting properties, fixing them up to be able to improve or enhance the quality of a neighborhood. Like what got you into that space?
So I've always been a servant. And so I wanted to do community service. And sometimes we're in places that's the vehicle is not the correct vehicle for us to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
And so, again, the last 10 years are just eye-opening. And we created this vehicle to do what I was always passionate about. And so it was already in there. Just came out. The right vehicle needed to transport us to the right place.
Absolutely. And you had mentioned, I don't want to forget this, you mentioned your DPS. What high school you go to?
Northern and Northwestern.
Northern and Northwestern. Got you. Okay. I grew up on the North End, or I lived in North End when I was in high school. I went to Cass. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So you had mentioned that your neighbors had been wanting you to run for some time for this seat. Why do you feel like they trusted you in order to be in that space, and why were they so adamant about wanting to make sure that you ran or gave a thought to even running?
So I think what it was communicated with me was the work that I've done in the community. They seen it. They saw the integrity. They saw that I said I was going to do something and I did it. And so there's fruit.
Yep.
So it wasn't just talk, there was execution. And so I executed the vision, the dreams, as well as their desires. So it wasn't just about me. When we started out in 2014, we started off with a block party. And the block party everything was free. I just need you to fill out the survey. And so I began to collect data. And that data is what we use to fuel our programming in the direction that we were going as far as the organization. And so when they saw that what they put down on there, that I want to see a park on one of these 40 acres of vacant land, then it came about. Then it was a done deal, because they knew that whatever I said I was going to do, I was going to do it.
Very nice. And what do you feel that is your X factor that you could bring to city council that may be missing, or that only you yourself would be able to bring if elected?
One of the things I don't have is ego. And so I'm willing to partner, collaborate, and cooperate to move the city and the district forward. And so sometimes I've had to go into some partnerships to make sure that what we needed in the Virginia Park neighborhood was accomplished. And I didn't necessarily want to go in those partnerships, but I had to swallow my ego. It's like, hey, for the greater good of the community, we need to figure this out and we need to work together. And so I think that idea of, I'm not trying to create a platform for myself. I've done a great work already in the Virginia Park community. So I'm not looking for another job to replace or because I'm not employed or anything, or because I don't have anything to do. I'm not looking to do anything new per se, but I'm looking to continue the work that I've already been doing. And so it's just a continuation in a different platform.
Love it. I think that's awesome. And definitely the right reasons to be wanting to have the opportunity to sit in those seats. What would you share with people as they get prepared to go to vote for primaries? And I ask that question because I know that historically, especially I can only speak for Detroit, when it comes to those primary elections, we don't see a high voter turnout. And I just want to know if you had any thoughts or message you would pass along to people to encourage them to make sure that they do get out and vote for those primaries.
I think this election cycle, specifically the primary, is very important. And it is any other time as well. I think that we need to participate because sometimes there's great candidates in the primary that could move to the general. However, if there's not a great turnout, then that candidate does not succeed and get to the general and get elected and put into office. I think that it's important for us to participate in the democratic process through the primary and the general. I think that people should do their homework and not be coerced into supporting any particular candidate. Do their homework and vote their heart, vote their conscience, and vote for the person that they believe is the best to serve their interests. And so I would think that would be me.
Yeah.
However, I know there's other people that that could be voted for. So I'm just saying, do your homework.
Yeah, absolutely. And how could you encourage the people to get more involved in their communities, their districts, so to speak, similar to what you were able to do? How would you encourage them to be able to figure out what would be their avenue to help improve their communities?
Try talking to your neighbors. Start talking to neighbors, organize, come together, create a block club or a neighborhood association, and just come together and just, decide how you want your neighborhood to look and how you can work together. And contact or reach out to the mayor's office, Department of Neighborhoods, see how they can bring some assistance, and then also reach out to your current council person.
Do you think that's a lost art in terms of talking to your neighbor? Because I'll be honest, I don't know a ton of my neighbors. We wave and say hello, but I don't know them personally. Growing up, that was a different story because I used to hang out at the neighbor's house and sometimes they might babysit me, but now it's a little bit different. So wondering if you think that's like a lost art and how we might be able to get some of that back.
So I think it is. And so back to the park that we created. There was not a park that you can go to that the members of the community felt safe to have their families at that wasn't across a major street. So we created this park right on the corner of Virginia Park and Byron. That has become the neighborhood. And so where young people were playing on the sidewalks or the older ones were going across and the younger ones didn't have any place, they're all gathering at this space. So they're getting to know people. 9 times out of 10, if parents don't know who they are, if they're not speaking, their children interacting with one another causes them to say, now, who is this? You want to come over here? And who is this person? Okay, you want to go where now? I need to talk to the parent. I need to talk to the mom. Right. So that part. And so it's creating that space. So it's creating a unified community. So we're coming together. They're coming together, knowing each other. They're playing, using the space and the activities. So I think creating a space, a hub where residents can come and gather and just be themselves, get to know each other, communicate, and commune. I think is essential to each neighborhood.
Love it. And so, George, before we get out of here, we going to have some fun on Black Fridays, which is my favorite part, called Freestyle Fridays. So, you like hip hop, rap? That's old school. Okay. So I need you to rap. I need you to give us some bars. You got it. Actually, no. You don't have to rap. It's just a bunch of rapid fire questions. So yeah.
So I used to in high school.
Okay.
Something in high school. I did a little demo back in what is the Greek House Casino? It used to be Travis.
Right. Okay.
Studio in there.
Wow.
Nice mics and everything that you can go in and do a little 5-minute recording.
Oh wow. Never knew that. You learn something new every day. Nice. So first question I'm gonna ask you: what's your favorite thing about District 5? It could be a place, it could be a vibe, people. Like, what would you say might be your favorite thing if you had to pick one?
The diversity. I like the diversity of the landscape and the people.
Okay.
So from Belle Isle, the water, all the way up to Russell Woods.
Nice. Tell me, where do you like to eat in the city? And it could be in District 5, could not be. Like, if you got a favorite restaurant that you frequent, like, where you like to eat in the city?
Favorite restaurant? Man, I got it. So I'm a foodie. So when we say favorite restaurant, it's like because each restaurant has things that I like.
Okay.
So tell me what.
All right, let's go soul food.
So soul food, I like it's the place downtown. You have to climb up the stairs, and I forget the name of these places.
Savannah Blue?
Savannah Blue.
Yes.
Savannah Blue is nice. I like the red snapper.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Fire.
That's wonderful thing. In addition to that, I also like Fusion Flick.
I haven't been there. Okay.
So Plymouth, just east of Southfield.
Okay. Very nice. And what do you have in rotation right now? Well, I know you said, you used to be heavier in the hip hop back in the day, but like, what's something you have in rotation right now as far as music goes?
I was listening to, on the way in, Michael Jackson, Dirty Diana.
Okay. All right. Shout out to the classics.
Shout out to the clip.
Love it. Well, appreciate you for partaking in Freestyle Fridays. And before we go, can you let the people know where they can find you, how they can get in contact with you, learn more about you, your platform? How can they reach you?
You can reach me on my website, georgeadamsjr.com, on social media at elect George Adams Jr. My personal social media is George Adams Jr. And looking forward to connecting with you, looking forward to hearing from you, and always open to a coffee and a conversation.
That's all the people can ask for. And it's would be very important for someone that would be potentially representing them in city council as well. Definitely need more of that. That I was talking to someone earlier about just that intersectionality between generations when it comes to politics, but then also our elected officials and then civilians, so to speak, as well, and just making sure that we are lessening those divides and being able to find those places to be able to interact, because I think it just opens up a world of opportunity for what can be done for the city and how we all work together to get this thing going.
Exactly. And I do so much, because I was at graduation for my grandnephew this morning. And then I hadn't seen his brother in a minute, and he just held me.
Yeah.
And then another young lady who's not necessarily related to me was like, hey, you took us to the circus.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I just got a giving heart, man. And that's what I do. I serve.
Love that.
Excited to do that in the office of city council.
Absolutely. And everybody watching, listening, we're going to tap in with y'all soon. Peace.